Cantre'r Gwaelod, the last kingdom beneath the waves. Imagine standing on the lonely coast of Wales as the sun sinks into the sea. The waves roll gently onto the shore. The wind grows quiet, and then you hear bells, soft, distant, as though an ancient church were hidden beneath the water. For centuries, fishermen and villagers have told the same story. They say those are not ordinary bells. They belong to a kingdom that once stood where the sea now lies. A land of rich fields, grand halls, and happy people. A kingdom so beautiful that no one believed it could ever fall. Until one terrible night, when a single mistake allowed the sea to claim everything. This is the legend of Cantre'r Gwaelod, the lost kingdom beneath the waves. Long ago, along the western coast of Wales, there was said to be a fertile kingdom called Cantre'r Gwaelod. Its fields stretched farther than the eye could see. Its rivers were filled with fish. Its farms produced rich harvests. Its villages were alive with music and trade. The people believed they lived in one of the most blessed places in the world. But there was one problem. The kingdom stood lower than the sea. Massive embankments and floodgates protected the land from the powerful waters of Cardigan Bay. Day and night, these barriers held back the ocean. As long as the gates remained secure, the kingdom would survive. Watching over them was a man named Seithenyn. His duty was simple: guard the floodgates, protect the kingdom. Never let the sea inside. The safety of thousands rested in his hands. The Kingdom of Plenty. The ruler of the land was Gwyddno Garanhir. He was remembered as a wise and generous king. Under his rule, the people prospered. Children played in green fields. Farmers harvested golden grain. Merchants crossed the roads carrying goods from distant places. At night, warm lights shone from cottages and great halls. Musicians played songs that echoed across the countryside. Many believed their kingdom would last forever. The sea itself seemed peaceful. The great walls had never failed. Generation after generation had trusted them. Perhaps that was their greatest weakness. People stopped fearing the ocean. They believed they had conquered it. One evening, a great feast was held. The halls were filled with laughter. Tables overflowed with food and drink. Musicians played their finest songs. Warriors shared stories of old adventures. Even Seithenyn joined the celebration. Cup after cup was raised. Song after song was sung. As the night grew darker, his responsibility faded from his mind. Outside the hall, the sea waited. The tide slowly climbed higher. The floodgates were still open. Some say servants reminded him of his duty. Others say warnings came from the wind itself. But Seithenyn laughed. "There is still time," he is said to have replied. He stayed. The music continued. The sea drew closer. Then came the moment that changed everything. The tide reached the open gates. Water poured through the gap. At first, it was only a trickle, then a stream, then a roaring wall of water. The sea rushed into the kingdom. Villagers woke up to the sound of crashing waves. Parents grabbed their children. Animals broke free from their pens. People ran through dark streets searching for safety. But the water moved faster than any horse. Fields disappeared. Homes vanished. Bridges collapsed. The sea swallowed everything in its path. Seithenyn finally understood what he had done. But it was too late. No strength could close the gates. No army could stop the flood. The kingdom that had taken generations to build was destroyed in a single night. King Gwyddno climbed to higher ground and looked back. Where villages had stood, there was only water. Where children had played, there were waves. Where harvests had grown, there was the endless sea. The people who survived could only watch as their homeland disappeared forever. Some stories say they escaped to nearby hills. Others say many were lost beneath the flood. The sea covered roads, farms, churches, and castles. Cantre'r Gwaelod was gone. Only the ocean remained. And with it, silence. Or so people thought. Years passed. Generations came and went. The kingdom was never rebuilt. But strange stories spread along the Welsh coast. Fishermen claimed that on calm evenings, they could hear church bells ringing beneath the water. Travelers said mysterious sounds drifted across the bay. Old villagers would stop and listen to the sea. Some believed the bells belonged to the drowned churches. Others believed the lost people of the kingdom were calling to the living. Children were warned to respect the sea. Never mock it, never underestimate it. For beneath the waves lay a kingdom that once believed itself safe. The most fascinating part of this story is that the coast of Wales still holds secrets. After powerful storms, ancient tree stumps appear along the shore. These forests stood thousands of years ago, before rising seas covered the land. People walking the beach can still see them. It is easy to imagine how such sites inspired old legends. Perhaps villagers looked out at the water and wondered what else might be hidden below. Did roads cross those lands? Did people live there? Did a great flood change the world they knew? No one can say for certain. Historians have found no evidence of the magical kingdom exactly as the legend describes it. But the changing coastline and ancient drowned forests are very real. The legend and the landscape became part of one another. Today, Cantre'r Gwaelod is sometimes called the Welsh Atlantis. Its story has survived for hundreds of years, not because people believed every detail was true, but because the legend carries an important message. Prosperity can create pride. Comfort can lead to carelessness. Nature is powerful. And sometimes, one forgotten duty can change history forever. Along the shores of Cardigan Bay, the waves continue to rise and fall. Ancient forests still appear after storms. The wind still carries strange sounds across the water. And if the old stories are to be believed, on the quietest nights, when the sea is calm and the world is still, the bells of Cantre'r Gwaelod are still ringing beneath the waves. Cantre'r Gwaelod remains one of Wales's most enduring legends. It reflects the relationship between coastal communities and the sea, preserving memories of changing landscapes while teaching lessons about responsibility, humility, and respect for nature. Although the drowned kingdom itself belongs to folklore, the ancient submerged forests and shifting Welsh coastline give the story a remarkable connection to the real world. What do you think? Was Cantre'r Gwaelod simply a legend created to explain the changing coastline, or could the ancient Welsh have preserved the memory of a real land lost beneath the sea? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and if you'd like to hear more forgotten legends from around the world, don't forget to subscribe for the next journey into history and folklore.